I'm here. I just had to pee. That's why I was gone. I was like, I think I can squeeze a pee in real quick while the thing played. Because it's only a 38-second open. Enough of that. Hello, everyone. God, let me open up my window, too. What are we doing? What are we doing? Get together. Some light, natural light. Jeez. There we go. How's everyone today? I was trying to stream this on X as well, and it's telling me I have to have a premium X account, which has never been the case in any of these streams. Changing the rules on me. That's what's wrong with America. Well, sure, we got a lot to talk about today. How you guys doing? Everyone feeling good? Monday's pretty terrible. Thank you all for being here. Let's chop it up. If you guys want to jump in today and comment on the events of Saturday, we will. Tomorrow we'll be back to more of a 7 Kevin's format. There's the link. I put it in the comments for you. And if you want to join in, you can. So there's that. We'll be back at noon tomorrow for 7 Kevin's. That's at least the plan. The plan is the plan, man. So if you want to jump in, you're welcome to. Today we are going to talk about the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. Saturday, I don't know what you guys, I kind of got the news. I was watching the Rangers and Astros and pretty locked in. I was pretty locked in at the time. It's like, hey, this is a hell of a game. And it's like, and you see the thing like Trump got shot. Looking at your phone on Twitter, and I'm like, these days you get any type of alert, especially on Twitter, I just kind of go, probably not real. This one turned out to be real. Turned out to be very real. One of the realest. So what we know, what we don't know, a lot of stuff out there, right? Didn't take long for conspiracy theories to start flying around. Why was he looking off that way? The blood was brighter than real blood. It was a paintball. There's so many. So many. So what we know about the shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks. He died. Sounds like he died pretty quickly after he missed. A tough double whammy right there. Missed the shot and then die. Yeah. Thomas Matthew Crooks. Now I found a map. I don't know if you guys saw the map. I'll share screen it for you if you guys want to see it. I'm sure you saw it, but if you didn't, we'll show it to you. Although I'm scrolling down because I lost it. I've been getting updates on this thing all damn day. But the map that's laid out, it is kind of crazy. It almost feels like we're in Olney. I mean, it's like a field, and then there's a barn over there, and he's on top of the shed, and the Secret Service guys are on top of the barn, and then it goes down. Very odd. Very weird. It's very hard not to just do the Trump thing, you know? So we're trying to hack into this dude's phone. Let's see. Trump assassination attempt map. I had it there, but it's kind of not helping. Okay, here it is. Here it is. We'll go share screen. Daniel, you leave Dave out of this. Gun violence has been a tough part of Dave's life. Okay. So he's here. And this field was mowed pretty good. I got to respect that. Was like a good mowed field. And, chairs, people could stand. He's speaking there. And this is where the snipers were here and here. And he's over here. So he's like he's laying down. And multiple people were out here. This is kind of strange. There are a lot of people who are out here by these trees. And we're like, hey, look, there's a guy up there. I think they were standing there because there's a lot of shade and trees in those videos that I've seen. And they were pointing to law enforcement like, hey, there's a guy up there. And you can easily see him. He's wearing gray. So the shot comes in from that angle. And look, this is where it gets tough, right? 3 minutes after this happens, people are throwing out conspiracy theories. What's true? What's not true? Was this drawn up by someone? You can listen. I won't say the name of the station, but there's a talk radio station in town. It's not one of our stations. And they were taking some calls and they were enabling the callers to fire off some wild thoughts. And it's fine, I guess. Seems a little reckless, but whatever. It's where we are now, right? The thing about that's very interesting to me, all of that happens. The miss by that much. I mean, I know y'all have seen the graphic where Trump was looking that way, and if he was looking straight, it hits him at a different part of the head, which is very odd. So you have that go down. Out of all this, I think anyone should be able to drop the setup, the fake, the deep state. I think you can drop all that shit once you realize that 150-year-old fireman, who by all accounts was protecting his daughter and wife, was killed. That's when you can kind of go, okay, you know what? I'll stop being a belligerent asshole today, and maybe I'll just stop. What's weird, something like this is, hey, everyone's talking about it. We have the Republican National Convention tonight. Trump is probably going to name his vice president tonight. You have all this stuff going on. But finally, you hear people from both sides saying things like, we need to cool the temperature down. Political violence is bad. And I'm like, thank you. It shouldn't take that, but it does apparently, for us to acknowledge that things have gotten a little heated, a little bit, got a little heated, and things don't need to be heated. Say this a million times. I do not give a crap. Republican, Democrat, whatever. We're on Earth. Earth is sustainable water. No one else got that. We have it. No one else got that. Should be a wake-up call. It's not. Won't be. Won't be the last one. This is a part of American history. Assassination attempts. Oh boy. Did a segment a while back. I think it was back in February for President's Day called Kevin's Presidential Explosion. And you learn a lot of stuff about presidents, but going into this, we're at 46 presidents right now. 11.5% of our presidents have been assassinated. That's 4 of them. Can you name them? First one to name them. You don't get anything today. Here's the link if you want to jump in and you want to comment on any of this. It is true that we're the only creatures that pay to be here. JFK, 1, yes, correct. Ronald Reagan was not assassinated. He was an assassination attempt. But 1 for 2, Manny. And you're on it. The 4 assassinations. You guys obviously know Abe Lincoln. and JFK. Those are the easy ones. Garfield. Garfield was a weird one because he got shot, but then he like hung out for 3 months. They were messing around. They think he died because the doctors were like probing him with the like finger, like the unsterilized fingers and instruments, and they're like trying to get it to the wound. He got sepsis. Jimmy Carter, no. Garfield, though, is correct. Truman, no. Bubba, no. Hamilton, no. Um, William McKinley was the other one. He was hanging out and he got shot right in the abs twice. Looked like he died 8 days after he was shot. They put the guy who shot him in the electric chair. I don't do that anymore. You guys ever watch The Green Mile? Tough one. Tough movie to watch. Don't know if it holds up. Don't know if it holds up. Bam, bam, bam. The countdown clock is on to NCAA football, though. That's the good news today. What we know about the shooter? Thomas Matthew Crooks. We're still not. We don't know enough, and the reason we don't know enough. It's not the first attempt since '63, Nick. Let's see here. Because Reagan. There are a bunch of attempts. And we can get into those if y'all want because it is interesting. Theodore Roosevelt is a badass. Okay, so what we are going to see is this Trump photo of him up, the fist pump, the bloody face. I mean, that will be an iconic image in American history, no matter how you feel about the guy, right? It's weird because we've never had, at least in my life, such extreme feelings towards one candidate. No one, I don't know a single person that is rocking Biden bumper stickers, but Trump is a godlike figure to some. He is just a worthy president to some. Not everyone is wearing Trump jerseys, but they will still vote for him. And then you have people who absolutely hate the man. And we don't need to go into any reasons why on any of that. But I've never seen anything like that. You know, it's always been seemingly pretty respectful for the most part, I think. Bush, Gore, Obama, McCain, Obama, Romney. Feels like it's all been it's been pretty diplomatic for the most part. And then Trump Hillary is like, I mean, the Shane Gillis comedy thing is right. Like, well, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could talk like that. So there's a lot going on there. Theodore Roosevelt, though, because this is what you're going to get. You're going to get, I'm with you, Manny. Never felt anything like this. Really never felt like anything in 16 either. Never felt anything like that. And then 20. I you know, how much do you put that on the media? I think that's the easy thing to do, but also the media does need to be better. But there's a lot that goes in social media, all this stuff. Yeah, I think it's like the whole thing. Like when you see both parties, though, having people come out and say we've got to cool the temperatures, violence is bad, political violence is bad. I'm like, thank you for saying this. You also, you guys act crazy sometimes. All of you. You say things that are personal, and you stoke this fear of the other side, and I always said that like hate And it creates hatred. Hatred is just fear gone bad, is all it is. So these are all tough things. Manny's got a good point. These conversations used to be had in school, both sides speaking, listening. And that's in the news media. That's in the debates. Um, the My friend Dino sent this to me a while back, and I think it was the '08 debate between Obama and McCain, who two guys who disagreed on a ton of policy. Watch that debate. It's the most professional thing you've ever seen. Way more boring than our current debates, but like just respectful, of each other. So, this happens, and like, I'm not surprised because, boy, I'll be careful about this too because this one gets people riled up too. But and this kid's, by all reports so far, he stole the rifle from his father. But he's 20 and he can own a gun if he wants to, and he can just walk around with it, And the security, he was outside of the premises, obviously. So probably a couple security loopholes that probably need to be fixed there. But what I was going to say about the Trump thing, Trump goes down, gets up, fist pump, blood, incredible image. No matter what you think of the guy, that was stuff from a movie. And it was like, man, Trump's a hard ass, man. You can't even kill him. Governor Abbott. Can't even put him in jail. You can't kill him. This guy, he's a deity. Let me tell you about our guy, Theodore Roosevelt, though. Theodore Roosevelt, pretty wild. He got shot in the chest with a 38. Some guy had been stalking him for weeks. But Roosevelt was running for the president, and he had a speech in his jacket. The speech was 50 pages of text. So fold that a couple times. It's a thick batch of paper. Had it in his breast pocket. Had some glasses as well. So he gets shot, but the speech and part of his glasses stopped the bullet from going all the way in. Roosevelt sits there, does the speech for 84 minutes, and when the guy that shot him was detained, Roosevelt ordered police to make sure that he wasn't lynched. Because police come in, they disarmed him, they captured him, and Roosevelt was like, no, we're not going to do that. Ordered police to take charge of him, make sure that no violence was done to him. So Roosevelt thought because he wasn't coughing blood that he was going to be fine. He knew that the bullet hadn't reached his lung. He was a big hunter, so that's why he knew. He spoke for 84 minutes. He said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether you fully understand that I've just been shot, but it takes more than that to kill a bull moose. He called himself a bull moose. He just combined two animals to make himself seem more badass than he already was. Now, I ain't saying Theodore Roosevelt was the perfect man. I'm sure we can go find some stuff. 84 minutes after being shot. Holy shit. So I'm by no means saying Trump is weak, but Theodore Roosevelt stayed there and did an 84-minute speech. Goddamn. The x-ray showed that the bullet was lodged in his chest muscle. Yeek. He ended up losing to Woodrow Wilson. How did America not vote for Theodore Roosevelt after that one? Like, they wanted blood. Ronald Reagan, of course, that was John Hinckley Jr. who got him, shot him pretty close to death when he arrived at the hospital. And the Trump one. Now, there's a few other ones. The Andrew Jackson one's wild. Andrew Jackson was outside the Capitol building when a guy tried to shoot him with two pistols, but they both misfired. Andrew Jackson then beat him severely with his cane. They found the guy that tried to shoot him, Richard Lawrence, not guilty by reason of insanity. Put him in a mental institution until he died. Well, this is good to know right here. A bull moose is a male moose. Why is it called a male moose? Confusing. If you have any thoughts on the assassination attempt of Donald Trump, if you want to weigh in, I put the link in the comments. We'll put you on. You're all at lunch break or probably just hanging out. But if you want in, there. Now, the other one that's interesting to me, we know the Abe Lincoln one, of course. That's we know that story. There's another one though that I wanted to read, and I can't remember who it was. William Howard Taft was in El Paso. And a guy tried to, I think a guy tried to shoot him. But where's the other one? There had another one that Herbert Hoover. Harry S. Truman someone did try to kill him for sure. There's a lot of assassination attempts. Jesus. A couple in California for Gerald Ford. Californians hated Gerald Ford. Either way, George H.W. Bush. I didn't know there was an attempt on him. It wasn't like it was a plot, not an attempt. I guess that's the difference. Is they find a plot a little different. They find the attempt. The attempt is what we had the other day. Shots. Here's what we know about the guy, Thomas Matthew Crooks. Sorry, I'll get to that. Grew up pretty firmly middle class, maybe upper middle class. Nice neighborhood. About an hour from where that rally took place. He was a registered Republican, according to reports. He's also his mother a Democrat, his father a Libertarian. I read that it's pretty typical in that area to have mixed households, so not crazy that they would all be maybe different. But there's also a report that he donated a small amount of money to a very progressive-leaning fund. I don't really know the specifics on that, but so, it's questionable if he was Republican, Democrat. Hard to know. He took a shot at the president or the former President Trump. That makes you think he was probably a little left-leaning, you would imagine, even if he was registered to vote as a Republican. Confusing, and we won't know a motive. I do have a conspiracy theory, and we'll throw out that has nothing to do with the actual politics of it. Let's finish what I was talking about, though. They say he was working as a dietary aide at a nursing and rehab center. His background check was clean. No one expected it there, according to one of the managers there, or one of his bosses. An FBI official said he did not have an unusual online history for a 20-year-old. He liked to play chess, video games, and was learning how to code. They're still trying to break into his phone. Now, I have not seen if they've gotten in. I mean, that's going to be the big bombshell, is once we find out who he was texting and things like that. Last I'd seen on him is, well, I really don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anything since late last night. So, they're still trying to get into the phone. So I don't know. A couple things too. You guys know I love the band Franz Ferdinand. Now, Franz Ferdinand is, I don't know if they were going for anything. I think it's just like, hey, we need a band name. But there was an assassination of Austria's Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914. Let me show you the album art. Franz Ferdinand Greatest Hits album. Let me show you guys. Or I could just grab it. Hello. There it is. Hold on one second, guys. Check this out. Check this shit out. A band who has not put out a bad album. They have not. A band I love. A band, nice guys too, by the way. But here's their album art for their greatest hits album. Sorry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But their band is named after guy was assassinated. I don't know. Great album though. For being real. If you have 2 ears and a heart. But wild. Okay, also on Thomas Matthew Crooks, 2 former classmates said they had not noticed any obvious warning signs. One said he remembered a couple times when classmates gave him a hard time, but that he would never expected anything like this. Said he was very smart. Another person who went to that school but never had class with him, so it's a little suspicious. And this guy was drinking a beer in the interview I saw, which doesn't mean anything. You can have a beer if you want, but he said he went to that school, never had class with him, but he said he was bullied almost every single day. He said kids would make fun of him for how he would dress. He would sit by himself at lunch. He would sometimes wear hunting outfits because he was a hunter. The roof where he laid was 150 meters from where Trump was speaking. At the time of the shooting, he was wearing a T-shirt from something called Demolition Ranch, a popular YouTube channel with more than 11 million subscribers. That channel apparently often shows post videos showing the creator, a guy named Matt, firing off handguns and assault rifles at targets that include mannequins and vehicles. They also found some explosive devices in his car and believe they may have found a third at his residence. Still waiting to find out a little more on all that because the truth is, like, text messages are going to be key. Who was he talking to? Now, if y'all want to have a quick, because he's 20, young, developing mind. Okay. 2, we have the whole, like, is he Republican? Is he Democrat? We don't know that. We just don't know. Like, he's registered to vote as Republican. Why is he shooting at Trump? I don't know. Had donated to a Biden campaign thing. You get to a lot of weird places there. Hear me out here, though. What if someone had befriended this kid? This is a huge what if, and it's let me get out of here. Let me say this. Full, like, dude, a guy died. Okay. You know, a 50-year-old firefighter died protecting his family. So not getting crazy here. But watch this, because we're going to need to see text messages, and they're going to get into his phone, and that will all leak out. 20-year-old hanging out with different people. You've been watching this gun channel. The way that he was there, kind of in a half-ass manner on top of that roof, missing the shot. It's got like a bad hitman vibe to it. And I was kind of wonder if maybe he's met some guy who's like, I'll give you this much money if you shoot the president. No one will know. So I wonder. And then if you're 20, maybe you need money, maybe you don't. Maybe you're trying to make it on your own. Maybe you haven't been really accepted that much. Now, this is a wild theory. That's not even a theory, it's just a thought. But I do wonder, like, money? Always think about money times like these. Yeah, I don't know. Bad deal opens the door for so much more. Um, and I don't like that. One of the way different situation here. Will Smith rushes on stage, smacks Chris Rock. To me, that opens the floodgates for people running on stage. What did we see weeks after? We saw, Dave Chappelle get attacked on stage at the Netflix as a joke festival. Like, assassination attempts are nothing new in the world. We see it all the time, unfortunately. Wild to see it here, but you just hope there's no more. Like, what public speaking? How does that continue? Anytime a shooting happens in this country, I am not surprised. We have allowed that to happen. And I would say the outrage, absolutely outrage. Everyone condemns this. That's good. When are we going to take something like this? We're taking it very seriously, right? When are we going to take school shootings seriously, workplace shootings seriously? I'm saying let's match that energy. And that's something we can do. So if I'm saying it in a scolding manner, I don't mean that. This is something that we can do. And maybe that's a wake-up call. Like every shooting, let's approach that with at the same time. But this is wild. Again, 11.5% of our presidents have been assassinated. Like, we're kind of early in our country's history, if you think about it. Depending on how hot it gets. I'm not here to change anybody's mind about anything. It's a bad thing that happened Saturday. It's awful. It's awful. It doesn't need to happen again. I got concerns, and that's why we did custom concerns. Thank you, guys. 3 to 6, we'll do the radio show today. 7 Kevin's back tomorrow. Guys, I got a lizard video I want to show y'all tomorrow. You're going to love it. I'm fighting it off. Let's clean it up. It's been a heavy one. Let's do a little bandle. All right, we good? Let's get a little bandle here, and then we'll get out. I want to make sure that we're all having a good time. Clean the palate. 1982 is the year. I'm going to go without getting a bass line. I'm going to say Man Eater by Hall & Oates. Give me my money. Number one. You kidding me, dude? You kidding me? Thank you, Jobo. Love you, bro. Thank you, Manny. Rock on. That's why you subscribe to my channel. We get it on the first try around here. Damn straight it was Man Eater. And because that's a funky bass line, let's hear it. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, the upstroke. It feels good to get it on one try. Thank you, everyone. Everyone have a great Monday. We will reconvene tomorrow morning, noon. No, sorry, tomorrow at noon for 7 Kevin's. Wednesday night, we're going to do something. I'm not sure yet. We're going to do something. Just letting you know. Wednesday night, we're going to get some action going. Showing my hands a lot. Don't know what to do with them. Here we go. All right. Radio 3 to 6. We'll see y'all tomorrow at noon. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, follow, fart. Love you. Have a good day. Goodbye.